Hi, my name is Ben. I'm wondering in this era of hyper-partisanship if any constructive conversation is happening across the aisle in Washington.
There's a good reason that people are really frustrated with the president. He's disruptive, he's impossible to work with, and frankly, a lot of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are afraid to get in his way. But the fact is, since I first came to Congress, I've focused on making sure that I can work with people on both sides of the aisle. And you may not see it always on cable news or the headlines in the newspaper, but I have a lot of Republicans who I'm friends with, but also a lot that I work with. The Appropriations Committee, I'm lucky enough to serve on the Appropriations Committee. They're very bipartisan committees where we work together on issues around veterans' concerns. I have on the Agriculture Subcommittee, I have Republican co-sponsors for a lot of my bills, and we share a lot of the same perspective. It's sometimes about what gets grown in your district, not necessarily what region of the country or what party you're from. I'm sponsoring a bill on prescription drug pricing, and there's an equal number of Republicans and Democrats, and that bill was actually sponsored by the late Senator McCain in the Senate. That happens frequently, and I think people often don't know that for people like me in Congress, our goal is to figure out how to get something done. And you always have to work across the aisle. You have to fight for the principles that you care about. You can't back down. But there are many, many things where we have general agreement with a broad group of people. In fact, there's a lot of bills that if the Republican leadership would just let them come to the floor, we'd pass them. Bills around veterans issues, around health care, around immigration reform. Even the bill on the Import-Export Bank, we had to have a discharge petition to push it onto the floor. But the fact is there were plenty of Republicans and Democrats, myself included, who voted for reauthorization. So sometimes it's something you don't see very often, but for me, it's always been really important, and I value the Republican colleagues that I'm able to work with, and I hope in the future we're able to do that more.